How's it going, YouTubers? It's the Wasteful Gamer here, and welcome to my random topic video, which will be uploaded every Friday, in which I talk a bit about any random topic that's grabbed my attention and give you some opinions and such on it, so it'll be different every week. For my first episode, I'm going to be talking about a South American butterfly called the morpho butterfly. You might be sat there thinking, why the hell would I want to sit down and listen to you talk about a butterfly? But I assure you, if you bear with me, take some time for me, you might be more interested than your first thought. So let me tell you a bit about the butterfly first, and then I'll move on to the more exciting part afterwards. Blue morpho butterflies live in tropical forests of Latin America from Mexico to Colombia. They have a lifespan of 115 days, so you wouldn't be surprised to know that most of their time is spent eating and reproducing. They are severely threatened by deforestation in the tropical forest that they live in, and they are also threatened by collectors who want to capture them and show them off due to their immense beauty. You can see by the pictures that I put on the screen that they do have rather glamorous wings, both top side and bottom side. Okay, so now for the interesting part. Morpho butterflies have, if you will, a waterproof coat. Their wings repel water because if just one water drop was to land on its wings, it would cause the butterfly to lose balance, and if it was airborne, then it would probably fall to the ground no matter how high it was. So it couldn't recover, it couldn't sort of grab a hold of a tree or something like a monkey would, if you sort of get that sort of thing. What it was though is scientists have used a microscope to zoom in 1,000 times into the wing and found out that it was covered in thousands of tiny little ridges, so like sort of grooves. It had like a ridge and then an empty space and then a ridge. So it's creating sort of like a box or a little container, and there's millions or thousands rather of these mini ridges covered across the wing of the butterfly. So when a rain droplet falls from the sky and hits the wing, it can't go between these ridges. It can't get into the tiny little pocket that the ridges are protecting. So what it does is it balances on the ridges and then rolls off all the way down the wing and just hits more ridges so it can't get inside, and rolls off, so now no water gets between the ridges and infects the wing. In fact, less than 1% of any water droplet that falls ever touches the butterfly's wing. That's how quickly and how smoothly it rolls down. A laboratory in Oxford have found out a way of copying this. They spray an artificial hydrophobic, which means scared of water, coating onto almost anything they wanted to. It basically makes any everyday object that is affected by water waterproof. So think as a newspaper that is safe and easy to read in the rain. A kitchen utensil like a wooden spoon or spatula that will never ever get dirty. Gloves that stay dry in ice conditions or even whether you're just watering your plants. And books that you can read while stood under a 10-foot wave, which is probably not the safest thing to do. But the most interesting and useful thing would be hydrophobic clothes. So imagine putting on a hydrophobic suit and going out for a meal. Whilst you're having your meal, a huge food fight kicks off. Unlikely, but it happens anyway. You end up being in the middle of it all and getting covered in crazy types of cake, sandwiches, sauces, and all sorts of different drinks as well. But luckily, you're wearing a hydrophobic suit, like I said, so it's totally protected from food and drink. Anything that hits you, a tub of mustard, a bottle of Coke, or glass of Coke rather, some beans, whatever it was to hit your suit, it'd simply just run off eventually. It's also been tested on mobile phones, and as expected, after dropping the phone in a toilet, again, not recommended, works perfectly fine. He dropped the phone into the toilet, someone rang the phone, for some reason he went back in the toilet, picked up the phone and answered the phone. Everything was working fine. What they did was spread the coating on all the inside works of a phone, so all the electrical parts, and that protected the inside, and then basically you have a waterproof cover. So a watertight cover, so no water can get in, but if it does, it's covered, it's protected. So, just imagine a keyboard that does not ever get affected by coffee after a late night gaming spree, or even drastic floods. No expensive electrical equipment is going to be affected because you've got this waterproof waterproof coating that protects your electrical equipment. So floods would have a less of a what am I trying to say? A less of a money to pay back, I guess, to the people who've had affected by floods. So, all of that inspired by one little animal floating around in the South American tropical rainforests, the waterproof butterfly. So that was basically my random topic video, and it tells you about the morpho butterfly, which is interesting. I hope you found it interesting. If you did, then click a like, and if you want to see more of these every Friday, then you can subscribe, and you'll get updated with any video that I bring out. Keep posted for all the rest of my videos. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it a little bit interesting. Feel free to comment too on anything you'd find very useful to be completely waterproof. I've been the Wasteful Gamer. Thank you very much for watching. Peace out, Brent Bins.